So, what exactly is a yoni goddess? The yoni goddess is a divine being, and this being embodies the power of the female reproductive organs, or better said, the yoni. She's a force of nature that represents fertility, creativity, and life itself. The yoni goddess is often associated with the element of water, as she's believed to be the source of all life. And in many of the cultures around the world, the yoni is seen as a sacred symbol of feminine energy and power. So, yoni goddess represents the powerful energy, and she can be called upon to help us tap into all of our inner strength and wisdom. Now, when we connect with the yoni goddess, we're reminded of our own divine femininity and creative potential. We can also use her power to heal ourselves and others and to bring new life into the world. So let's talk about the yoni. Let's really break it down and explain it. Now, the Hindu tradition reveres a woman's yoni, which is her external and internal genitalia, as a sacred place. Now, this yoni is indeed sacred, and throughout this masterclass and this course, you're going to hear me talk about your most sacred space. And when I say that, I am referring to your yoni, your source of divine feminine energy. It's a representation of just that, feminine energy. It's the Sanskrit word for vulva, which is the female external genitalia. Now, traditionally, the yoni also refers to the female internal genitalia of the vagina and womb. The yoni is described as the, again, sacred place of a woman's world, and it is symbolic of a woman's divinity. As the yoni is the doorway through which life enters, it is inherently sacred. So, for most women, this perspective is positive and necessary. A woman's sexual organs are powerful and indeed sacred, and they deserve our respect, but unfortunately are often abused by modern society. So the word yoni conjures up reverence, unlike some of the more derogatory modern terms used to describe the female sexual organs. We should all practice this kind of sacred regard for female sexuality. It's a much more awe-inspiring way to experience sexuality. The yoni is also sometimes called Pindika. In some yogic belief systems, the Pindika is symbolic of Shakti, the Hindu goddess of feminine energy. Her male counterpart is Shiva, the Hindu god of masculine energy, and together they represent, again, the divine feminine and masculine energies that are said to reside within all of us. So the yoni can be a spiritual metaphor for life, namely regeneration, rebirth, and the creative powers of the divine feminine. So it's also symbolic of Mother Nature and her 4 distinct seasons in which there is death and rebirth. Women can become empowered when they get in touch with and give attention to their yonis. So, every woman deserves a strong sense of empowerment. The world needs more women to take ownership of their yonis. So now let's talk about the yoni goddess explained. So, what is a yoni goddess, right? It is a female being of supernatural powers and attributes. A female being believed to be the source of life, a woman of great beauty or grace. You want to trust your feminine energy. That's it. This can be an inspiring affirmation to take you into your heart. Yet, within that statement, trust your feminine energy, there is an invitation for you to be led through the layers of fear and trauma to excavate deep buried knowledge, power, and light. So whether you know it or not, there is a reason that you have found this masterclass. You are a goddess. You are the remedy. I'm going to say that again because I want that to sink in. You are a goddess. You are the remedy. You're a part of a great plan for the resurrection of the divine feminine here on this earth. So I want you to pay attention to your body's sensation as you read these words. This is your feminine energy truly speaking to you. So here is what you need to know as a goddess. Your inner feminine energy and guidance may look and feel different from how your mind expects it to. So a return to what is most simple is so often the direct pathway into great moments of life, altering through the truth. The feminine process is not based upon straight lines. No, 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 no. It's not based upon straight lines, but fixed outcomes and solutions. You are not a problem to be solved. You are a manifestation of a primordial creative force that cannot be compartmentalized, rationalized, or contained. Your journey to merging with the goddess force, that is you, will be circular, spiral, and frequently open-ended. So I want you to start seeing yourself in this goddess energy. Within the text and symbolism of each goddess archetype, she will show you why her energy and wisdom is important to your self-healing and your growth. She'll also reveal how this could connect to your highest purpose and how it links to global spiral spiritual evolution. Each goddess will offer you a sanctuary that you may have long been seeking. So when you affirm, I am a goddess, and I want you to stop right now, pause, and really affirm this. I am a goddess. When you do this, you're inwardly joining the legions of ancestors who have bravely championed women's rights. And you're linking arms with a band of present-day revolutionaries who want progress on social, cultural, and spiritual levels. A fundamental step in female emancipation and empowerment is to tear down the walls of separation and perceived threat between women. We are one. So through this sacred reconnection, a holy vision can be born. Women joined as one in confidence and love, a force of global solidarity. So there are 3 stages of returning to the goddess. And above all, the sacred feminine consciousness needs to re-educate you about her ways and her methods. And there are 3 key areas of self-development that the goddess takes us through when we elect to work with this consciousness. So those 3 keys are clearing through truth, connection to feelings, healing negative beliefs, initiation through energy activation and awakening ritual acts of love, and then transforming through reclaiming the inner power and sharing authentic gifts. So when I say elect, I mean in a soul-directed sense. You may not be consciously aware that you are working with the universal forces of the goddess when it's happening, or that you have made any sort of spiritual contracts. You are a goddess. Your destiny is to recover that truth and live it without apology, unapologetically, in whatever way most deeply resonates with you. The entire goddess pantheon is here with you, holding your ancient contracts in their hands and poised to lead you one step at a time into fulfilling them. So, I am an intuitive channel for the divine. I want you to say that back with me. I am an intuitive channel for the divine. So this masterclass invites you into the realm of the divine feminine and shows you how to use goddess teachings for healing, awakening, and transformation. Now let's talk about the divine feminine. So the divine feminine, or goddess consciousness. Again, you're going to hear me if I'm talking about the divine feminine throughout the course of this masterclass. So you're going to also hear me talk about goddess consciousness, and those 2 terms are interchangeable. It's an energy of universal frequency, right? Which lies at the heart of our physical and is a spiritual existence and equates to an elevated, non-judgment, non-harming state of awareness. And again, your consciousness is all that you consent to, all that you believe to be true. It transcends the human mind and ego because it springs from pure energy of love. It's connected to the wisdom of the heart, to the natural and divine laws, and to compassionate, harmonious, and peaceful living. So the divine feminine is an expression of higher or divine truth, a mandate for consciousness, healing behavior with characteristics such as trusting in the infinite flow of life, natural rhythms and cycles, embracing light and radiance, acting from unconditional love and compassion, and healing through forgiveness and acceptance. Accessing the wisdom of the open heart, and that means just opening your heart, embodying grace, and cultivating peace. So this masterclass is here to show you just how embedded the goddess is within you, your actual day-to-day life, and your reality right now. Every significant event in your life, every path you've taken, every mistake you believe you have made could very well have been the handiwork of the goddess herself. She's led you here for healing, for sanctuary, for cherishing, and for growth. She's led you here to answer your own prayers for relief from suffering. She's led you to a miracle and to discover that the miracle is you. So with or without your conscious awareness, you are in the throes of answering a sacred call. No matter where you are on your spiritual journey, whether you're familiar with the goddess or have absolutely no idea what she is, this call is being answered perfectly in this very moment. So my overreaching aim today is to show you how goddess consciousness can enter your life for the purpose of active spiritual change and deepen your understanding of how this energy can influence and support and heal you. How you can align with the wisdom and guidance of the goddess in ways that will illuminate your life forever, illuminate your experiences, help to clear and ingrain patterns that may be blocking your inner power, and give you the confidence to reveal your creative and inspirational gifts to the world. As I've come to know the goddess as a spiritual force that guides and supports me, I want to give you that opportunity as well.